Good day, dear listeners. I, Hayokumela Oluwa, welcome you to Diamond 10.1 FM, University of Ibadan, the station where it promotes values and excellence. You are welcome again to this hour of music, Indigenous classics, music from Africa, music from Nigeria. For this week's edition of this program, I shall be talking about 6 composers. We are going to play the works of 6 composers for your listening pleasure and learning. Efi Oluwa by Adeola Hamudipe, Eyin Baba by Tunji Dada, Abisaye by Femi Adewoyin, Ijo Oba by Godwin Sado, Ayokun Okanmi by Okumela Oluwa, Kaabo and Erekere by Niran Obasa. Stay tuned. On Saturday, 38th November 2019, by 4:30 p.m., something great is happening here in the city of Ibadan as Igro Osom Nigeria Koran Orchestra humbly presents our 8th anniversary concert, Tutti 8.0. Theme: Ore Ofesha at Methodist Church, Bodija, Ibadan. Principal Conductor Busui Ayowole. For more information, you can call Busui Ayowole on 070-311-95676. Igro Osom 8th anniversary concert, where you're going to enjoy powerful orchestral pieces and indigenous arts music compositions. Ensure you are there on Saturday, 38th November 2019 by 4:30 p.m. at Methodist Church, Bodija, Ibadan, and you will not be disappointed. Before I go to song analysis, I would like to talk about 2 of the composers. Actually, this quarter I've talked about one of them, but another one I've never spoken about, but I would like to talk about today. The first person we're going to celebrate this week and this edition of Indigenous Classics is Godwin Sado. Godwin Sado was born in Lagos. He had his first musical experience from his late mother, Taiwo Akinsanya. Frequently sang to him and the other siblings of Nigerian tradition. He sang in his ear, sung in the church, American Hollywood music, Bob Hope, Frank Sinatra, and John Wayne. Also, this is a first encounter with music. As a child, he was in the company of his sister, who shared folk tales, stories, and the folk songs that go with them. Another encounter he had with music was his experience in Lagos, where he observed traditional festivals, naming ceremonies, weddings, funeral, housewarming parties that involve singing, hand clapping, playing of several musical instruments, and dancing in different parts of Lagos. And also had an encounter with music by the Cowboys High School, where he was introduced to choral songs and piano accompaniment in the school choir. And subsequently, he became the organist and choir master of the school at his tender age of 16. Another encounter with music this man had was at St. Paul Anglican Church, Idioro. He joined the choir, he sang tenor, and later became assistant organist and played in several services, especially when the main organist was out of town. And later on, at the Cathedral Church of Christ choir, he was formally introduced to advanced church music, complex compositions such as oratorios, cantata, responses, and chanting of the Psalms of David. As at then, his choir performed notable composers' works such as John Hyland, William Byrd, John Steiner, Van Rose, David Wilcox, John Rutter, Ralph Vaughan Williams, Samuel Wesley, Thomas Atwood, Charles Viner, Stafford, Malcolm Aka, George Campbell, Sidney Nicholson, Robert Howells, Robert Parry, Edward Helga, Mary Kay Bell, Eric Tina, Haley Whelan, Wilford Davis, Edward Briston, William Harris, Orlando Gibbons, Martin Shaw, William Bowes, Williams Matthias, Robert Koch, and Charles Stanley. One of the criteria to get admitted into the cathedral choir as an adult was the ability to sight read music as fast as possible, because the choir sings numerous difficult compositions every week. It takes the choir about 3 months to prepare the entire 3-part Messiah for concerts during Easter season. Other major works from the cathedral choir were Maiden sings Elijah, St. Paul and Hymn of Praise, Johann Sebastian Bach's Christmas Oratorio, Samuel Coleridge Taylor's Highwater Wedding Feast, Frederick Handel's Messiah, Ode to Joy, Judas Maccabeus, and Ode on Saint Cecilia's Day, Joseph Haydn's Creation, John Steiner's Daughter of Jairus and Crucifixion, Weldon Davis' The Temple. So also in Lagos that he practiced on the piano for at least 6 hours daily and took the piano, theory and general musicianship graded examinations of the ABRSM, Associate Board of the Royal Schools of Music, London. When it was getting close to his practical exams, he would stay behind on Sundays after worship to practice from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. when the evening service would commence. He taught himself on the electric digital organ while at St. Paul's Anglican Church, Idioro. However, he was exposed to the pipe organ at the Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, Lagos, when he joined in 1980. At the end of each service on Sundays, he would run as quickly as he could after the recession of the choir from the church back to sit as close as possible to observe the organist play the postlude. It was heavenly for him. He would watch the feet of the organist as they move on the pedals and saw the pulling out of the stops and change of sound. He wanted to play the massive instrument so badly and accompany the congregation in singing. He received his first lesson in organ from the organist and master of music, Charles Obayomi Phillips, who lived between 1919 to 2007, who later appointed him as an assistant organist in 1982. That's Mr. Phillips who prepared him for all his piano examinations, which he passed with merit and distinction. As assistant organist, he accompanied the choir rehearsals on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and played for the early morning Eucharist at 7:15 a.m. on Sundays. One of the most profound experiences he had at the Cathedral Church was the meeting of the most advanced professionally trained organists, choir directors, and operatic singers. He was privileged to hear preludes and postludes every Sunday and observe several organ recitals played by the cathedral organist and guest organist. This was how he was introduced and got hooked to the pipe organ and its music. In 1994, he left Nigeria to study African ethnomusicology and organ at the University of Pittsburgh and received an M.A. in 1999. His organ instructor was Robert Lord. He earned an M.Os in organ and church music from the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, under the tutelage of Quentin Faulkner and George Richter. At Louisiana State University, Baton Rouge, he distinguished himself in 2004 as the first African to receive a doctorate in organ performance from any institution in the world. He studied organ with Arden Spillman and composition with Ginos Constantinos. Celebrate with me our dear composer and a doctor of organists, Dr. Sardon Godwin. The second composer I'm going to talk about this week is the man TJ. That's what is fondly called by friends and many people out there. Babatunji Oluseyi Dada was born in the city of Ibadan. He found expression for his musical talents early in life as he watched his first ever musical mentor, that is his dad, teach and conduct many choirs. In 1983, he joined his dad's independent choir where he sang soprano alongside with his mom. He recalls being moved with his fervent zeal and interest in the piano. His parents had to approach his mom's uncle to borrow his organ for his sake. That was how he graduated from playing on paper, a dummy keyboard, as you all know it, of a piano keyboard that are he had drawn and started learning with to real instruments. Maybe you are there, you're complaining you cannot learn the keyboard or piano playing because you don't have one. Learn from TJ. He drew it on the paper, the white and black, and was rehearsing on the paper, a dummy keyboard. And today, he is a fantastic pianist, well known in Nigeria and beyond. He was thereafter appointed as a church organist in 1985, and today the rest is history. He bagged a bachelor's degree in computer science from University of Ibadan in 1993. His undergraduate days, he was very active in music activities on campus, serving as a chapel organist, fellowship keyboardist, and also in various music groups. After his degree, he went ahead to take and pass several professional music examinations, which include music theory and practical, piano grade 6, 7, and 8, and also some in England from the Royal School of Music, London. His music production career kicked off in the year 1991, where he worked as an in-house producer in a studio in Lagos. There, he had the privilege of working with many highbrow artists of that time, which included Segun Arinze, Daniel Wilson, and many others. Since then till date, he's enjoyed a flourishing music production career with over 300 albums to his credit. In the year 2001, he went ahead to establish one of the first ever computer-based DAW, digital audio workstation recording studios in the city of Ibadan. The studio, which is still flourishing till today, is a subsidiary of Newman Music Company Limited, of which he is the managing director. Tunji's love for the academics took him back to school, where he obtained additional qualifications in music. His PhD in musicology is currently underway. He joined the services of the University of Ibadan as a member of staff at the Department of Music, where he works till date. Today, he is a highly sought-after worship leader, singer, pianist, composer, music director, music producer, audio engineer within and outside the shores of Nigeria. He's happily married to his heartthrob Omolabake, who is the current head of department in technology, the Polytechnic Ibadan. They are blessed with two lovely children, Iteoluwa and Ayoluwa. Celebrate with me, my listeners, Mr. Babatunji Oluseyi Dada from University of Ibadan.